time since I've been on YouTube. And I wanted to stop in because I've been asked by a few people to start reading on here again. And I'm on break for right now. So I'm going to do a little reading for you. And we're going to see how it goes. And if I am okay with releasing it, then we're going to release it to the public. This is going to be a general reading for my collective for Southeastern Soul Tribe. And I've taken a very long sabbatical. Part of that is my work and all that. And another is that I can't really read for you guys if I am really experiencing a lot of different energies in my vicinity that could affect my readings. So I do you guys a favor and myself a favor, and I keep those out of my readings. So I hope that you appreciate that. Um, we're going to start with a general reading, and we're going to see how it goes uh, for what comes up in the future. Um, I have like a 1 hour break here, so let's go ahead and get to the bottom of the energy that's floating around right now for my general collective. Spirit, angels, ancestors, and guides. Let's do a reading for what's been going on, what's in the current energy, and what's coming up in the near future when it comes to love and relationships in the general collective and for whoever needs this reading at this time. 10 of Wands wanted to pop out in the shuffle. 10 of Wands, it's fire energy, okay? That is carrying a heavy load on your back, full of lessons that we have learned, hopefully already learned from the past, all right? And so I'm sure that that's pretty out there for every one of us, you know. Every one of us have lessons that we've learned. Some of us are still carrying them around on our back. And if that's you, you're going to know it. So let's see what is in the recent past for this collective. And if you're here, this message is for you. You wouldn't have came upon it if it wasn't, okay? And I will call the signs out and tell you the energy that I see. Remember, we can all embody these energies, though. So, no sign shaming. The Queen of Wands. She's been coming up across the collective with other readers. Yes, I'm still involved in listening to all that, but I'm very specific on who I listen to. This Queen of Wands, she has so much confidence. She can walk in a room and take over anything. She can also be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius energy. But she's full of fire. She's an action taker. She doesn't hold back. And this is from the past, okay? And we'll get a clarification on that with the light seers. I'm not showing the cards because I've seen a lot of the very important readers to me that are experiencing censorship. So I don't want to get into that here. If you're an avid tarot watcher, you're going to know that the Queen of Wands, what she looks like. This is the Greenwich Tarot. You're welcome to Google that and see what she looks like. But I can tell you she is standing there with a wand. There's runes all around her and fire. She's got two little gnomes that sit beside her in protection. This Queen of Wands may have more support than she realizes. They're so short she can't see them. Little supporters, maybe, with this Queen of Wands. But they stand by her side. It feels like this Queen of Wands is guarded in some way. Maybe you're guarded. Maybe you have been guarded in the past. But it doesn't take away from the power that you hold and the lucky four-leaf clover that she holds in her left hand with that wand. So I'm hearing that song. I feel lucky. Ooh, 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 I feel lucky. Yeah. Ooh, I feel lucky today. All right, so that's in the past. What's currently the energy for my collective? I'm hearing the rest of that song now. She's talking to two men. She's like, hey, something. Hey, Lyle, you don't have to fight. Hot dog, I feel. Maybe this Queen of Wands in the past, there might have been, because there's two energies here next to her, a couple people either fighting over her or fighting about her, or she's sensing a competition of some kind over here in the past. I might be talking to a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius out here too. But this could just be something that's either in your chart or in somebody else's chart that you've been dealing with, or you're just embodied that energy recently, and that might have been going along in your vicinity. But now the energy is the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So there may have been like a loss of not feeling like you're doing something all by yourself. Maybe even a loss of income of some kind. And coming up in the future, there's justice. Could be a Libra in your vicinity. Noticing in these cards, okay, there's two supporters that stands beside the Queen of Wands in the past. There is a dropping of pentacles, or, a loss of some kind, or not doing something all by yourself anymore in the current energy. But in the future, balance comes in. There's a sense of justice, and these two dudes are bowing in front of her. And she's holding a sword, which is the truth, and justice. So that's kind of good, coming up in the near future. And that came from the bottom of the deck. And that might be something that comes out going forward. And I can't help but notice the card right under that is the Queen of Pentacles. Getting everything back that you might have lost. Standing on your own. There's a lot of feminine energy here. Being open to receive and having the stability that you've been looking for. And you might quite possibly be dropping some options here. The Seven of Cups in reverse. Really don't give a F about any of these other things, because now you feel justice. And the Six of Swords, which is traveling to calmer waters with the truth. I don't have the Seven of Swords here, but I also know that in the other readings, all across the board, the Seven of Swords is coming out everywhere. There's been deception galore. And it's not just the personal readings that I've done or that I've read for, but it's all over. Everybody's getting the Seven of Swords. So I feel like a lot of truth or a lot of lies or deception is being uncovered. And I think we're starting to get a sense of that. And now we're beginning to come to a conclusion, or finding clarity based on truth, or being able to make new decisions based on facts instead of delusions or illusions. So Spirit, tell me a little bit more about this Queen of Wands in the recent past for our collective. What do they need to know regarding that Queen of Wands energy? You got a little packet here, as Libra Light says. Libra Light 2025, Ari, I support you. King of Swords. All the truth. That's Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. But the Queen of Wands standing there with the King of Swords saying, I've got enough confidence to tell you exactly what's what. And maybe being able to be honest and truthful and forthright with exactly what you mean is something that definitely has been needed from the past. But there's a King of Wands. There's a masculine take action energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, that's in the reverse here. The King of Swords and that truth is turned around with their back to that King of Wands. This may be a message that if you were dealing with a couple of people in the past, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, perhaps the one with the most fire behind them ain't coming in the best energy. But the one that holds the truth, and I found that understanding the truth and knowing it from the inside of you, I don't see any cups here really, but the King of Swords stands on truth. And going from a place of truth, maybe have you been comparing a couple of people here? Because then here's Cancer energy, the Chariot, taking off to the future. So we figured out the truth in the past, and it's kind of built up our esteem a little better, and we took off. Someone here took off pretty fast toward the future and finally got some movement. Maybe started making investments in energetic movement forward. Show me this Nine of Pentacles, Spirit. 9 and 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. Either you or somebody you're dealing with has lost a lot here in some way. But here's that Queen of Cups showing up in the upright. So there's a lot of feeling behind this, and maybe a lot of loss has drummed up some deep emotional vulnerability in the current. And that is where the good stuff is, honestly. Sometimes it can be really painful. There's something about stability here too that I see. But justice is coming. Justice is coming. Queen of Pentacles in the upright coming, getting that stability, being able to stand on that, dropping your options and going forward with the Six of Swords. What else do we need to see? Show us what's coming with this justice energy. The Ace of Pentacles. That's a brand new start. That's something you can put your hands on. What are we going to find? This justice with the Ace of Pentacles is coming forward for the collective. What's here to look forward to? Ooh, it may come with some conflict. What's that Five of Wands about? If anybody here has been watching someone or looking at someone, it's taking them too long, it's causing inner conflict, cut it out. Because that's what the cards are saying. And maybe you will, because I feel like in this energy you will. Yeah. You're finding that with one of the options back there, there's no victory there. Where's the victory going to be found? Where is this justice coming from, Spirit, for our collective? Cutting off communication. You may need to cut off communication and go silent and go quiet and keep the information to yourself. There's something about the next 3 months as well where you're going to narrow some things down. The Empress is on the bottom of this deck. There's going to be a new idea here. Aries, Taurus, and Libra energy. The Empress and the Emperor standing next to each other here. That's husband and wife energy. That's a partnership. Equally balanced. On the Justice is this. The Emperor and the Empress. That's the outcome. Any advice? You have everything inside of you with the Nine of Pentacles to be able to stand on your own. When you stand on your own in tandem with somebody else walking on your own path, then someone else could meet you there if that's what you're looking for. That's where you're going to find the abundance that you may be seeking. So, we're going to pull an Oracle of Pluto card to close up the reading for you for advice that someone here may be seeking. Spirit, angels, ancestors, guides, for this collective that's called to this reading today. Advice from the Oracle of Pluto, please, for their highest good. Hot dog, I feel lucky tonight. I feel lucky. The Crow. So, let's see what the Crow means for you guys. You're almost there because it comes down to a number 9, by the way. The meaning of the Crow card is death and psychic abilities. Death is a rebirth cycle. It's Scorpio energy, you know. It's the old thing dying away so that we can become new. It also taps in, it's very emotional energy, and it doesn't tell everything. It can be kind of secretive. The crow is perhaps one of the most famous symbols of witchcraft in the occult, and is certainly an incredible popular one. It is linked most often to psychic abilities, spiritual messages, and even death. As crows are gregarious creatures, it's common to see them in huge flocks. They can be quite noisy, making it nearly impossible to miss when they've crossed your path. When the crow card is present, it's time to pay attention to your psychic senses, messages, and to greet the doorway of death. Often when we speak of death through the metaphysical lens, we are speaking of metaphorical death, not corporeal death. There is an ending that is presenting itself to you now. Whether you like it or not, it may feel painful and even downright scary to walk through this threshold and embrace this death. Okay? But we must prune away the dead leaves to allow energy to flow to the new growth. It is often through these deaths that spiritual awakenings and their accompanying psychic gifts emerge. It is here in the void that endless potential for creation is formed. Plants first grow under the dirt, in the dark, fertile soil, before they can break the surface to reach the sunlight. It's possible that plant allies may be a helpful resource to you at this stage in your life. It's no secret that a vast array of plants is used medicinally across many, many cultures. One of the most diverse groups of medicinal uses is found in the decomposers mushrooms. They are more essential to life here on Earth than most people realize, and they too require darkness to thrive. Offering life is sustainability through the process of death. So, allowing something old to die away to create a new dynamic in your life is going to be very helpful in this cycle, it looks like. Okay. So, it's no coincidence that also the mediumship training deck came out as well when I was pulling this stuff out so that I could read for you. So I'm going to pull a card from this for advice for my collective as well. You got practicing patience. So a connection with spirit requires constant practice, much like muscles in your body that need constant exercise to keep them strong and healthy. Exercise builds a sound body and mind, so it's just as important to nurture your gifts, which is a practice of ongoing development and patience. So when developing your relationship with spirit, there will be times that you'll feel frustrated or impatient with your progress. It's quite normal. It's important to understand that this is a lifelong development. So practice patience with yourself as well as spirit when you feel stuck, blocked, or disconnected. If you randomly pick this card, then it's a clear sign for you to practice patience. It may be time to step back from your development and nurture your own soul. Remember when I said you were feeling like you weren't able to do things on your own? The Queen of Cups, if you'll notice, she's finding her spiritual balance here. When you've lost everything, when you're in that space, and we get that Queen of Wands energy and the Chariot where we're trying to move really fast and into the future, Spirit's asking you to slow down and be a little more patient. We all need to take care of ourselves to be the best vessel to communicate with Spirit. So a great way to learn is simply observing and witnessing mediumship. So it may be a good time to watch another demonstrate their spiritual journey and study your peers and mentors in their work, and they can often bring inspiration, new techniques, and motivation to your own practice. Okay, so maybe there's another aspect of spirituality you're drawn to study. Maybe you should consider Reiki, yoga, or going on a sacred journey to a land that's been calling you. But be patient about it. It's time to replenish your energy. So practice patience. Find your Zen. And also, the soul connection is here. You may be experiencing a soul connection, which is very important to you. And at this time, you may be seeing yourself in others. Okay? So, collective, I'm glad to be back on here for a minute. We will see how many of you notice this reading, and if it is helpful, please comment. Let me know what you think. I'm always open to your comments, and it's good to come back to YouTube if it's well received. And until next time, much love and light to you. Yes, I'm still here. I can still read tarot just the same. I've just taken a sabbatical, like I said, to protect my energy and yours because I care about you. It's time to go back to work, folks, and I will see you guys next time.